Zed's World. If you're watching the channel, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, leave a comment below. So Mazza has called out Esdeekid. You get me? He's called him out. He's gone on his Instagram. I think it was his Instagram. He's called him out. He's basically saying that Esdeekid has switched up on him now. He signed his deal. You get me? Because before Esdeekid blew up, Mazza was fucking with Esdeekid, and you know what I'm saying? He was fucking with him, and he was supporting him before Esdeekid got big. And right now, Esdeekid is probably the biggest. He signed a deal allegedly bigger than Central C, £30 million deal. That's what Esdeekid signed right now. He's popping. His Spotify numbers are crazy. He's been booked for Rolling Loud. You know what I'm saying? So he's took off. Esdeekid's gone clear, but Mazza was fucking with him before he got big and was making songs with him before he got big. So he's basically saying, yo, I've dropped a suit. Them lot had recorded songs way before Esdeekid blew up and signed his deal. So now Mazza dropped a song with Esdeekid yesterday, and his label are trying to copyright the tune and all that. You know, just basically trying to hold him back. Like the label don't want them songs to drop now. So Mazza's obviously vexed and he's took it to the internet. But we're gonna get into it anyway. Let's get into what Mazza's saying first.
Me and SD made them songs over a year ago. Just dropped it today, and he got his label to restrict me post on Instagram. Then he got his label to fucking restrict the YouTube video as well. That's what happens, man. When these guys put a mask on, they try and like pretend to be someone else, and because no one really knows them, they get this idea that it's some mad guy, but really he's a fake emo, bro. He's not even a proper goth G. That's it, bro. I know exactly who he is, bro. He went to the same school as me, man. Like, I can't just post a picture what he really looks like. Like, I can't just tell you his real name, bro. And if he doesn't pattern up and get his shit sorted out, bro, it might have to be like that. Because these guys are just real life nerds, bro, with masks on. Half of these people who rap with a mask on, bro, they got something to hide for a reason, you get me? There was never no hate from me, bro, until today, till he started doing this fake shit. Moving like a female. Like unfollowing people on Instagram and that's like proper female behaviour. Fuck that anyway. Songs are shit, bro. Can't even hear them properly. I could take you back, when was it? So I got out of jail. I'd done my very first show in Manchester. So obviously as a scouser I was just thinking, yo, who's rapping now from Liverpool? I heard of SD, Cop that, couple of kids, like a couple of scousers, so I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna ask them all to come to the show and perform at a show with me. And he was like, yeah man, let's do it. Then SD sent me a couple of songs. He's like, yo, jump on this, bro. So I was like, cool. Made a couple of songs together. And then basically what happened, obviously he blew up and that. Blew up, started thinking he's all bougie and that, you get me? Signed a little deal, sold himself out, and then thinks he's too good to drop a song with me. Fuck all that fake shit anyway, G. We exposed these fake rappers, bro. It's like, it's alright putting a mask on, bro, and acting like a bad man, G. Like, I'm a respectful person, G. Always have been. People who walk around thinking they're fucking mad, thinking they're hard, bro, putting this image on, I can guarantee they're all pussies, bro, and you haven't been in half of the situations that I have. Doesn't make you a bad man, bro, if you act hard, you get me? Manners cost nothing. Half of these rap guys sign a deal and start moving bougie, G. Like, I'm not coming on here to just say, like, I'm gonna expose my man and this and that, but like, it might have to get like that, bro, because he's putting this fake image out, bro, yeah? I'm basically trying to like put me down, bro, when I've showed people nothing but love, especially my man, bro. Remember he had like, what, 8,000 followers, bro, sharing his new songs and that for him, you get me? Putting his link to his new song on my story, bro, when I just got out of jail. Never wanted nothing back from it, bro. Just do it out of love, bro, because he's a scouser.
So, like, there's always two sides to every story. I can get what Mazza's saying. Mazza's basically saying, yo, when I was bigger than you, I was fucking with you. I was bigging you up. I was shouting you out. I was patterning you, bringing you to shows and all that. I was looking out for you. You get me? And now that you've gone clear with this label deal you signed, which is reportedly worth 30 million, now you're trying to go on bougie with, man. Now you're trying to go on funny. I've dropped the songs that I've got with you, and the label has restricted it. If you look at the song that Maz has dropped with him, like this song, where's the song? Look, this is the song here. I'm not gonna click onto it. Yeah, it's Mazza and Esdeekids called Scouse Kid. Yeah, dropped 18 hours ago. It ain't even got 50K. Mazza does that numbers more on his own. So the label is restricting that. You can clearly see there's no way that this Mazza and Esdeekids song should really organically be doing 43K. It should be doing way more than that. It should be doing way more than that. I want to play the song, but nah, I'll get copyrighted and then I won't get monetized on this video. You know, sometimes I just think fucking play the tune, but I'm not gonna do it this time. So that's what Mazza's basically saying. Like, yo, you got a right to feel a way about that as well. You've got a right to feel a way about that. Like, Ross, yo, I was there for you before you blew up, and you know what I'm saying? And this is how I'm getting done. But there's always two sides to a story, and this is where the label comes in. Because you see the label. So let's just say SD Kid has signed a deal for 30 million. Now they give you that money up front, yeah. So now it's on the label's job to recoup. Now it's on the job to they more or less partly kind of own Esdeekids now. Anything you do, that label's gonna want money from that. In your Instagram, they probably your Instagram, your YouTube. I'm assuming, but I know that how labels work to a point. Your YouTube, any like if a Esdeekids drops a tune on YouTube right now and it does 10 million, that money is not his. That goes back to the label. Now the label gotta make back their money. What they've give you, they've give you money up front. They've give you an advance. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm sure the labels work. Yeah. So boom, all they want to do now is make and they're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like say, okay, we're giving you a 30 million deal, yeah, and we're just gonna make back our 30, and then we're cool. Nah. They're looking to make a label wouldn't go and sign you and say, yo, we'll give you 30 million, and when we make back our 30 million, just to know they want they're gonna make money on top of that. Their offer is just to give you that lump sum up front. Esdeekids will probably make, and they can probably help promote you and get you well more known in bigger places like Central C. You get me? So they can broaden his fan base as well. The label will broaden his fan base as well. Have him out there, have him on radio here and there and everywhere. The label will make you bigger as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's just to a point like to where, say if I'm a rapper, me and my brethren, I've got a flipping, me and my brethren, I'm a rapper, my brethren's a rapper, and we're both in the studio all the time. We got bare tunes together. Yeah. And then next thing you know, all of a sudden I sign a big deal. Now my label might see and go, yo, he's got bare tunes with my man. Nah, bro, we can't. My brethren's trying to drop these tunes. The label will probably be like, nah, you can't drop them tunes now. So your brethren we've just signed him and this invested all this money in this guy, yeah. How is your brethren gonna try and make money off him? Nah. We're gonna shut that down. We're gonna shut that down. This is how labels go. So I don't know if it's 100% Esdeekids that is just moving funny now. His label might be saying, nah, any of them tunes you got with my man, they don't belong to us because you recorded them before. Nah, you can't drop them. Them things can't get dropped. Nah. Anything you drop, any money made off Esdeekids right now, we're supposed to make. That's how the label are gonna look at it. That's how the label are gonna look at it. That's the truth. You get me? So the industry's you get me? This is how the industry can turn man against. We seen Central C, yeah. What's his brethren's name? Bambino, that guy Bambino. We seen that guy Bambino talking about he had a deal on the table for 250,000, but the label just said to him, get a tune from Central C now. And he's saying Central C didn't give him the tune. Now, I don't. If Central C just said, "Nah, I'm not giving you the tune," then that's fucked up. But the label probably, but Central C's label probably said, "Yo, we're not making authorizing you. We're not signing off you to go and put a tune on this other label's artist thing, yeah. So where that label can make money off Central C, and Central C, you're signed to us, but you're gonna go and make a song on another label, yeah, to where that label can eat off Central C and Bambino, yeah. Obviously, Bambino probably would have been their artist, but with that tune with Central C, that label would own that tune as well. So another label would own 16 a verse of Central C where they can keep accumulating money off that. Central C's label's probably like, nah, man, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? To where now SD Kids in the big league. So when he's making tunes with someone like Central C now, is it? I think I don't know. Don't he might be signed to the same label as Central C. So when they make a song together now, the label will be like, that's cool because we're eating off that regardless. And even if he does make a tune with someone off another label, the label's gonna want money for that. They can't like when you're signed to a deal like Central C and SD Kid now, and say if another rapper like Fredo wants to make a tune with them now, it's not just up to SD Kid and Central C. They have to get clearance through their label now. They can't just do what they want to do. They can't just say SD Kid right now with this deal. He can't just go and say, "Yo, I want to go and make a collaboration album with Dave." I don't know unless Dave signed to the same label. If Dave is signed to a whole nother label, Dave couldn't say that, and SD Kid couldn't say that. There has to be clearances and things have to be signed off. You kind of belong to someone now. That's what happens when you sign when you're to a label. So I don't know if SD Kid is still wanting to be, but Mazza did say that SD Kid has unfollowed him and all that. I don't know if Mazza's messaged him and said certain things and just angry at him or whatnot. But yo, once you sign them kind of big deals, you need permission before you can go and do certain things. That's what I'm basically saying. So I don't know if that is the case with SD Kid and Mazza. You get me? Because the label will probably be like, SD Kid could have probably said to his label, "Yo, I've got some tunes with Mazza. He's gonna drop them." They're saying, "Nah, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're mad. You're mad. You gotta ask us first." And yo, we ain't cool with you doing that. That's what's going on. That's what happens in the industry. So I could be an artist here. I could be an artist and have a brethren, my best friend, and he's like, "Yo, I've got EP dropping. I've just signed a mixtape deal with such and such here, and I need you on there." And me being my brethren, I could say, "Yeah, of course, bro. I'm gonna give you that 16. You're mad. That's normal." But then I have to go for because I've got a big deal and a big label, and I tell my label, "Yo, I'm gonna go and do this." The label might say no, and then I could go ahead and still do that tune, but the label can just say, "Nah, we're not authorizing this," and just cut it off. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the industry. So I don't know why I go on with that, but yeah, Mazza's got a right to feel away if SD Kid is just saying nah, yo Mazza, you can't drop that. SD Kid could actually feel and say, "Yo, that's cool, drop them tunes." But the label could be saying nah. But if SD Kid is saying nah, I don't want them tunes dropped, then that's fucked up. I get it, you get me. But SD Kid's gone clear, bro. SD Kid's gone clear. His numbers is crazy. Wait there. SD Kid has surpassed. Look, he's doing 17 million monthly listeners on Spotify. That money's not coming to him now. That's coming to his label, bro. You know what I'm saying? All these things there. He has surpassed. They said he surpassed NBA YoungBoy. They said he surpassed NBA YoungBoy, bro. Where's the thing where they're showing certain of his monthly listeners where he is? Let me show where he's above. Who is above and that. They said, imagine that SD Kid is doing more monthly listeners than NBA YoungBoy. That's crazy, with NBA YoungBoy's core fan base and that. Look, SD Kid, this was in November, bro. SD Kid is currently at 480 million, 48 million monthly listeners. He's above Playboy Carti, Metro Boomin, 21 Savage, Don Toliver, Lil Baby. This time last year, he was just like Mazza said, he had like 8,000. He has he is just he's just blew up super fast. Look, SD Kid has not. This a few days ago. This is just about a week ago, just under a week. SD Kid has now surpassed NBA YoungBoy in monthly listens on Spotify. He's doing mad numbers. You get me? The labels probably got him bots and everything. I don't know when he signed that deal, but yeah, man, it's a whole different thing when it comes to when you're signed. Yeah, it's a whole different thing. You can't just do what you want to do, as in just give here this person and that person verses. So I don't know fully in it, but yeah, if it's just up to if the label would allow SD Kid to do it and SD Kid just don't want to do it, then that's fucked up anyway. That's all I'm saying. Let me know what you lot think about this whole situation though in the comments, man. If you're watching the channel, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, leave a comment below.
Ain't no school for this shit. You gotta be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. Niggas say I'm crazy, I be thinking, yep. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now. You understand what I'm saying? You just gotta hustle. You gotta go hard, man. You see it playing games, man? Niggas got it, I'm gonna get it. Trust me.